The round of 16 of the Champions League resumes this week. On Tuesday, Chelsea will play host to Dortmund, looking to overturn a 1-0 aggregate deficit. Dortmund claimed that 1-0 victory thanks to a great goal by Karim Adeyemi in the first leg at the Westfalenstadion. Big news on the American front. Christian Pulisic, we thought might come back this past weekend against Leeds. He wasn't even on the bench, but Graham Potter has confirmed he will be in the squad for this one. Gio Reyna will be in the squad for Dortmund, although, as we just discussed, he's been an unused substitute the last 4 games. And even Pulisic, coming back from injury after so long, would Graham Potter throw him into a game like this? I don't know. So we'll see. There's an alternate universe where if the last couple of years had gone differently for these two guys in terms of fitness and form, that this game could be an incredible showcase for U.S. soccer with them both playing starring roles for their respective clubs. Instead, we're sitting here not really sure if either of them is even going to see the field. So what are your overall thoughts about that?
I mean, look, I think we mentioned this on a previous pod that maybe we have unrealistic expectations when it comes to some of these players, what we want them to do kicking on from the World Cup. And that's okay. I think any fan base, and I include myself in that, would have those types of expectations. And so when it doesn't come to fruition, it's disappointing, and we're looking for reasons. Any player is going to go through ups and downs. I remember when I first started my career, I had watched John Harkes play in the World Cup, and I finally met him for the first time when I got called into the national team. And I remember the first conversation I ever had with him. He said, your career is not going to be in a straight line. Up, 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 up. It's going to go up and down and up and down. And he said, and if during that career, however long it lasts, you can look and you say you had more ups than downs, consider that a success, because it puts you in a very small pack and a minority when it comes to a career. So yes, we want this to happen, and we want to happen now, and it doesn't mean it won't happen in the future. Speaking of the here and now, when it comes to Americans playing, with Christian Pulisic back, I love the fact that he is part of the plans, and Potter needs some plans. Because I still think, notwithstanding that they won 1-0 on the weekend, and it's almost like it's such a huge relief for Chelsea just to win, albeit against a team that Chelsea should win and should win comfortably. And it wasn't comfortable against Leeds. And from a staying up perspective, it's not a great thing. But in normal times, you shouldn't expect Leeds to get anything out of a game against Chelsea. And in normal times, you shouldn't expect Chelsea to have any problem finishing off a team like Leeds. And yet both of those things say more about the fact that we are not in normal times. When I look at this matchup, ultimately, with Chelsea and Dortmund, I'd be surprised if we see Christian, but I would love to see that, and that he's talking about it is a good thing. I would be really surprised if Gio plays a role. As far as who is coming into this better off, if you take the Gio part of the conversation, which is kind of where we come from, take that out, and most people that look at Dortmund around the world, they're not talking about Gio Reyna. Dortmund's flying. They should be, even though it's just one goal, they should be really excited and positive about the opportunity to go in and face a not even close to great Chelsea team.
It's funny, although we all treat it as a given that Pulisic is going to leave Chelsea at the end of the season, in our last pod we even ranked the potential transfer destinations. I saw Tom Bogert did something similar as well. There is a chance here for him to change this narrative. They've been so bad without him, struggled so much offensively. If he gets on the field, scores a couple goals, provides some sort of spark, they might rethink, wait a minute, why are we getting rid of this guy versus all these other guys who aren't performing? I don't know. I mean, maybe I should close
this
that door.
happens in a lot of walks in life, and sometimes it's hard in the moment for the people that are involved to realize that sometimes you are more valuable by not being a part of something, and sometimes you benefit more from not being a part of something than being a part of something. And again, this has not been a good Chelsea team. But this has not been a good Chelsea team, at least in the short term, without Christian Pulisic. And so it's not that he's the savior or anything, but maybe, to your point, he comes in, and timing's everything in life, including soccer, and if he comes in and is associated with a reemergence and an improvement of the Chelsea team, who knows? Maybe he'll become best friends with Mr. Potter going forward.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops every week. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You like that clip?
Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.